Hi, my name is Michelle Alva, and I'm going to talk to you about the top 3 steps that I recommend on how to heal after a breakup, separation, divorce, or a transition in your life where you feel as though there's a part of you that is breaking up with yourself. Life is really all about growth, and we're constantly being brought into our lives, different people, different opportunities in our relationships so that we can grow, so that we can really deepen our sense of self-love. That's really what this is all about. And people come into our lives to help us to see ourselves in a richer way so that we can actually heal those old wounds. And so a lot of times we get in a relationship because we're actually, especially if we haven't healed our woundedness from childhood, for example, if you attract an abusive partner or a partner that puts you down or a partner who's not loyal, maybe you witnessed that as a child and it became normal for you and you associated love with pain. And so the very first way to help yourself to transition healing after a divorce, separation, or breakup is to be grateful for it. To actually simply decide to be grateful for what is happening. Because when you bring in the energy of gratefulness, it starts that healing process. And maybe some of you feel angry, frustrated. So the second step would be to feel what is really there and feel whatever those emotions are without holding yourself back. Give yourself the time and the space to actually create a safe container for yourself to actually feel what's coming up for you. Many of us don't do this. Sometimes when we are going through a breakup, a loss, a separation, people just go right into relationships with someone else and we distract ourselves. And there's even a name for that. I forgot what it is right now, but the transition person. But for some of us, it's really hard for us to be alone. And we just go into another relationship to distract ourselves from the pain of the previous relationship. This is never going to work, because if we're constantly looking for validation or for love outside of ourselves, we're never going to find it. It's never in anyone else other than yourself. So let's remember, step 1, be grateful for the separation, the breakup, the divorce. And if you're struggling with that one, decide to be grateful. Put that as an intention. Step 2, feel everything that is coming up for you. Give yourself the time, give yourself that space to feel the emotions of sadness, frustration, guilt, shame, blame, and really make it a priority to feel. Because if you don't, you're just going to attract the same exact person in a different body. The person that was in your, that you separated with or broke up with, see that as a reflection of yourself, that person is actually there for you, and now you're separating and breaking up and splitting off of that version of yourself, and that's probably why the relationship no longer is able to stay. You're not able to stay in it. So when people say, oh, I'm going through a divorce, you're actually divorcing the identity that you have of yourself being in that relationship with that person. And you're no longer able to be that version of yourself. And that's probably why there's a transition happening. And so the third strategy to help us to heal is to ask yourself, what has been the benefit of this past relationship? What are all the things that I'm more aware of myself? What is this past relationship offering me? What will I do differently because I had this past relationship, this past experience? Remember that everything's happening for you. And the more we can see these past relationships as a gift, an opportunity for us to refine what we wish in a partner, really what we wish in ourselves, because the people that we attract are how we are showing up in the world. We don't get what we want, we get what we are. And sometimes people attract the woundedness that we are, and you get to see yourself reflected in that relationship. What I have learned myself is that the more I have healed and processed the pains of my past, I came from codependency. I was holding on to a lot of shame and guilt, and I would not reflect on myself. I would just point the finger at my partner in the past and focus on that person and what they were doing wrong. And I was very hard on my past partners, and that's where I was at. I wasn't realizing, I didn't know any better, that that person's actually a reflection of me and aspects of myself that I get to heal. So I would highly recommend that people that are going through a separation or a divorce to really limit gossiping about your ex, your former partner, to reduce the amount of words that are, not supportive. Because remember, everyone, that we are love and everyone is a reflection of us. And so if you can make it a priority to spend some time healing, accepting, forgiving, work towards that rather than create more bad mouthing of this person. When we love someone for many, many years, you don't ever have to stop actually loving that version of the great moments that you spent together. You can be grateful for those moments. And we really don't have to create hatred, anger, perpetuation of making fun of someone in the past if it didn't work out. Because remember, you're actually not helping yourself when you speak bad about a person, because we're all one. We're really not separate. And if you want some extra support, I have an online audio program called Release and Heal. And it's very helpful for people that are going through a separation, a breakup, or a divorce, a transition. Reach out to me if you want more information. I also offer Zoom sessions where I can assist you in processing the weight in your chest. If you feel brokenhearted, if you feel super angry, there's different techniques and strategies that I teach, and it's all experiential. So you get to learn how to process your own emotions, how to be masterful at your grieving. And on the other side of that is creating something new. And I can help you with that too, in designing your dream life and the embodiment of what that would feel like to be in this ideal relationship with yourself. Remember that there's no wrong. Everything is just an experience. And the more you look at it as an opportunity, the more it will feel that way, and it will serve you for your healing. And this is what I wish for everyone. And I highly recommend making it a priority to focus on yourself, to make yourself number one priority in your life. And I would love to be a support for you on that path. I personally married myself, and it changed my life. And I made a commitment to myself to really learn how to love myself, because I want to be able to love others in a healthy way. I don't wish to be a vampire, codependent, needy, and manipulative like I used to be. And I really feel I've achieved this. I know how to love. It is a practice. It's just like when you go to school and you study something. These are daily practices, ways of thinking and believing and bringing yourself into your life, where you can be the most amazing best friend for yourself, your biggest cheerleader, your greatest lover for yourself, and you're serving everyone by beginning within and looking within. We really can't give someone anything that we don't give it to ourselves. So if you really, really care about people, you will make yourself a priority. And it's not being selfish, it's being soulfish. I look forward to serving you in a higher way. If you're interested in learning more about the Alva method, Activate Love, Vibrate Abundance, you can schedule a 30-minute breakthrough call with me, and also go to my Linktree link, and all my classes are there. And I'd love to know how this video benefit you. Remember to follow these top 3 steps and let me know how it goes for you. There is light at the other side, and so many amazing things coming your way. Just really make the time, devote it to yourself. You are so worth it.